Hi, what we're going to do here today, I'm going to show you how I make the Garmin Etrex holders. Here's your Garmin Etrex, and here is the Garmin Etrex holder, and it's basically designed to be fitted to Kite Buggy on the down tube or the swan neck, and it protects it all. It's easy to get to, get the signal easy, and it just slides in and then slides down, and it's really secure, tight, not going to go anywhere, and it's protected. Basically, this is the unit, and it's made up of 304 stainless steel, about 1.5 mm thick, and they've all been laser cut. Here's a blank one which has just come back from the laser cutters. Everyone's identical, so you never have nothing to worry about. All nice. These are actually cut by a water jet cutter, and anyway, I'll show you how I bend them up. You don't need any special tools or anything like that. Just a hammer and a G-clamp. That's basically all I use. Oh, and a little, I use this little block. It's a solid bar, about 50 by 25 bar. Bevel some of the corners off, different radiuses. That's a nice sharp one. Then there's different radiuses around it to what I need to use. Here's one what I use as a template. It's got the different marks on where I put the different bends. So all I do is I'll lay this on the top of the I lay this one on the top of the blank and mark where the bends go. And then once I've done that, I use a straight edge and square the lines. And then across here you just go corner to corner on both sides. Okay, so I've got our blank piece of stainless all marked up, ready for our bends. There's two sides to these. One side's got a plastic coating on, which is once you've peeled this coating off, it'll be like a polished mirror stainless finish, and on the other side it's, well, fairly shiny anyway, but this is going to be the inside of the Etrex holder. So all we do now then is we get our billet of steel, what we're going to use to form the angles. We're going to start off by bending this small bend. It's the little 10mm bend there. It's an awkward one to get to, and it's the only one that we use a ball peen hammer with because it's so tight. So all we do is we get our template on there and then just G-clamp that to it, making sure that the steel is dead on the line, and then do it up tight. This is where we use the ball peen hammer. This will make a bit of noise, so
you know I want ya, I know you want me, you know I want ya, I know you.
And we get a nice square edge. Although we've used the ball peen hammer on stainless, we've only used the edge. We've only hit the edge, so there's no marking. There's still all the plastic and everything on the stainless itself, so no damage has been incurred. Then we move down to the next bend. Again, being careful to get the line square. And from now on, we'll use either a rubber mallet or you can use a nylon mallet. That way, no damage is being done to the stainless whatsoever. And then we just knock it over.
I know you want me, you know I want ya, I know you want me.
So there's our first two bends. This will be the bottom of the GPS unit. Then we move on to the top, and this is the only bend that is not 90 degrees. If you look there, you can see that that angle there on the end is nowhere near 90. It's a case of trial and error, really. If you actually bent it 90 degrees, you wouldn't be able to get the Etrex out of the holder. So I've done that up tight again. Here we go again.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stick to the track.
Just making sure it's square bend. So there you can see, there's that much off of 90 degrees. It's just experience that's told me that now. Then we move down to the last bend at the top. Which is that bend there. So we've lined it up, it's all nice and square.
On my way to the top, a pit got it locked from goose to the locks. R.I.P. a big in Parker that he's not.
So that's a 90-degree bend again. And once we take that out, you can see what we've got so far. Now what we can do is we can just check that to make sure that the GPS goes in there, and it does. If you can see it goes in there, no problem. There's about a 2 milli gap at the bottom to allow the GPS unit in. Now if you look at this part here, you can see when you tilt it out, it follows the angle of the GPS coming out. So that's why we put that on. If it was square, we wouldn't be able to get the GPS unit out. So now we've got just the last 2 bends to do, and these are the parts that actually hold the GPS unit into place. These 2 lips here, it's like a secondary sort of safety thing really, but they don't actually hold the GPS unit in. It's these parts here that actually hold the GPS unit in. And if you look, they're tapered just like the GPS unit itself. So when you push it down, it gets tighter and tighter. So again, crank up tight. Now, because the steel is here, it's awkward to get it on the bench because this part of the steel is below that part. So we can literally hold this part and bend it over. One side. Oops. And there's the other side. Now all I do is just give that a little knock.
But damn, he's hot. Label flop, but pit won't stop. Got her in the cockpit playing with bits. Now watch.
And then we can try the GPS unit in. And there it is. 1 GPS unit. All done. All what's left to do now is countersink these 2 holes. To take a 6 milli countersink bolt. Peel all the plastic off, and there it is. 1 GPS holder for the Kite Buggy.
Now watch me make a movie like Albert Hitchcock. Enjoy me.